My name is Sana Amanat. I am VP of Content Development at Marvel. I'm also the co-executive producer of Marvel Rising.
Awesome. And this series is
Yeah.
so amazing because
Thank you.
and I just want to know when were you brought on to the process and how long did it take you to kind of develop this concept?
Oh, really? Very much from the beginning. I've been working at Marvel for a while. I've been able to develop a few different projects at the company, but I've also just been talking a lot about the importance of our female heroes, trying to engage with female audiences in particular, but also celebrate the fact that we have these fantastic female characters. So it was sort of a very natural alignment for me to be at the very beginning of the process and work with Court Lane and Marcia Griffin and a few other folks on the Marvel animation side to help really develop this story, but also decide what are the characters that we feel like have the most amount of potential. What are the characters that our audiences that we have been connecting with, that I've been talking to, really want more of, and that's really where we decided these characters in particular, and we talked to girls as well. But no, I've been there from the get-go, and it's been really incredible. I mean, I never thought that I'd be able to not only work at Marvel, but also be able to create a project that has so much significance and importance.
Definitely.
So.
And I'm wondering what was the character maybe that you kind of gravitated to first in this series?
Well, I'm very biased, so I was always going to pick Ms. Marvel, but I will say that I love Squirrel Girl and I love Doreen Green, and it was just the most natural thing to be we have to have Ms. Marvel, Squirrel Girl in this. She's so funny and quirky and crazy, and yeah, that was definitely the first.
Was there any point when you're talking to little girls or families,
Yeah.
was there any point where someone mentioned something that kind of changed where you went with a character or how they looked?
I'm not sure. I think we wanted to be very mindful of the fact that obviously each of the characters looked a little bit different. That we were being very thoughtful of their body types. They looked a bit more real, and also that we weren't kind of playing on the stereotypes of a particular ethnicity either. I loved, actually, what really was great was that when we were talking to girls in particular, they were very much about we like male heroes too, you know what I mean? We don't just want, and that was important. Exactly. And I think vice versa. I think a lot of our, boys that we talked to were also these characters are great. There are a lot of girls, huh? Oh well, no big deal. And I think that's where we're moving towards. Is we're very much all about gender neutrality. About you like what you like. It doesn't have to be gender specific, and we have to stop appropriating gender norms into the next generation. And it's really just specifically about good characters and character relationships. And I think people will connect with that, whatever the gender is.
Yeah, and whatever the media too.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you feel this is an animation, do you feel that has kind of a different audience than say, Ms. Marvel the movie coming out?
Well, obviously, animation I think is a bit younger, and that's great. And it's oriented more towards families. It's oriented towards Marvel fans who have families and who want to share their love of Marvel with their kids, their nephews, nieces, grandchildren, whatever, what have you. And that's sort of the idea, is that Marvel isn't just one story, one character, one medium. It's so many different ways to experience fantastic stories about characters who kick butt and save the world, but who are just really aspiring regular people.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's all about.
Okay, so now, do you guys talk to maybe the MCU, and are you going to have any kind of crossover?
No, not really. I mean, we kind of live in our own little universes, and because that's sort of the fun of it all. It'd be too much work to try to do a crossover with MCU. It'd be too much work. Lots of fans would be upset at us. We got something wrong. So no, it's very, very much so. But it's ultimately all of these characters and the iterations of them are based on the same thing, the same idea. We don't change the DNA of the character that much.
Okay. And then now I do an all-girls podcast for Fangirls Going Rogue, and we really love talking to women, behind the scenes in media. and you obviously are one of those. So we have questions for you, like, how have you felt just like working at Marvel? Like, have they been inclusive, or how has your kind of experience been working
At Marvel, or just in,
well,
or in the
general,
industry?
I guess
Yeah.
in the industry, yes.
It's been really interesting. I've been in this industry for like 11, 12 years now. I've been at Marvel for 9. And it's been really great. I mean, I think for me it's been mostly positive, mostly because I've seen the growth, and I focus more on like the well-wishers than
Yes,
anything else.
absolutely.
There's always going to be naysayers out there, but for me, like, I focus on the people who have brought me up, the people who have supported me at my job, who have allowed me to kind of do the work that I've done and help develop, they let me create a character named Kamala Khan and call her Ms. Marvel. So win, I would say. So that's a positive experience for me. And hopefully we can continue to inject that within the industry, within the comics industry in particular, just make sure that there's just a lot more positivity and a lot more sort of allies and people supporting one another, because it's really all about the stories. Let's like come together and tell really great stories about awesome people.
Yeah. Okay, we have one last fun question
Sweet.
for you. And that is, so Ms. Marvel is like your character, right? That
Yes.
you like the best. So what do you think would be her favorite breakfast cereal?
Oh, well, we actually say there's a cereal called GMOs that she eats. I think it's like GMOs O's.
Oh, nice.
Something like that. But we've actually stated that at the comics, so that's true.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, but I would say that, and then probably, I'm biased, but Cap'n Crunch berries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. What about blueberries? Because it's,
That's good too. But I grew up eating Cap'n Crunch berries.
Okay.
So.
It's all about that. All right. Well, thank you for joining us
Awesome.
today.
Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
Skywalking.